I see Dr. Scott giving in more to what Contessa wants than Contessa giving in more to what it is that he wants. Hey there, it's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Now let's have a talk about Married to Medicine. We can see Simone driving. I guess she's headed to work. She decides to give Toya a call because she feels a way about the fact that Toya left her in Heavenly's house after she and Heavenly got into it. And Toya was just like, girl, you know, I don't fool with that BS. I ain't trying to be around people that I don't really like for real. So what I'm going to do is actually have an event at my house since Eugene is finally off, and all of the ladies that I rock with that I know gonna turn up, they gonna be there, and that's all that matters to me. So we get to Toya's house for the gathering. So pretty much all of the ladies shown up. Simone, Kari, and Lisa Nicole. I saw Lisa Nicole. I said, ain't too much changed about Lisa at all. Not much has changed about Lisa at all, honey. I was like, all right then, Lisa. Same fashions, same Lisa. Simone introduces Lisa Nicole to Anila because Anila was also there as well. So she introduces the two ladies. Simone lets her know, you know, Lisa Nicole used to hang out with us, but then she decided to leave us. Toya said, honey, let me go ahead and check you. That is not what happened. She did not choose to leave us. She was pushed out, okay? Some of the ladies ran her off. That's what happened. Then they gave us flashbacks of Lisa Nicole's fights with Miss Quad as well as Heavenly. They couldn't stand her. So the ladies are outside having a wonderful time, you know, just playing in the water, having good conversation. Next thing you know, we hear Toya talking about a threesome she dreamed about with Simone. I was like, did we need this? Y'all ain't got nothing else to add in this episode that we had to see that? Oh, okay then. Now we can see Dr. Scott, Dr. Eugene, and Dr. Damon all at Dr. Scott's new office. I said, look at all these doctors in one room. So Dr. Scott needed some help with putting up some things on the wall as far as a TV. And Dr. Damon said, ooh, I don't know how to do all that kind of stuff. I ain't no handyman, you know what I'm saying? I only work on patients. That's all I know how to do. Eugene said, well, I know how to do both. What you need help with? And I thought that was real interesting because, you know, Heavenly loves to brag about Dr. Damon and what all he could do. It's like he is Superman, honey. But he said that's something that he just cannot do. And I just thought that was quite funny. Dr. Eugene helps Dr. Scott put up the TV and stuff. And then he said, I'm going to go ahead and cut out because I got somewhere I got to be. Then it leaves us with Dr. Damon and Dr. Scott. We see the two up there talking about Dr. Scott's marriage and how he's kind of concerned about, you know, this new office. He's hoping everything goes well. He says that he feels as though he's married Superwoman because Contessa just will not stop. Every time she gets an idea, when she wants to advance her career, she takes up that opportunity. She goes on and she goes forth. Dr. Damon goes on to give him some advice to let him know pretty much let her do whatever it is she's gonna do, because the moment you try to restrict your woman from being as successful as she wants to be or moving towards her career goals and things, she's gonna end up like resenting you. She may not say it, but she's gonna resent you. And then he goes on to tell him that your practice is gonna do great because you won't allow it to do any worse than that. So you also have to look at your marriage in the same fashion. You have to set the intention that it's going to go well, everything is gonna go well, and then you have to work towards making sure that that happens. So I felt like, yeah, we hear you, Dr. Damon, but we kind of don't hear you, you know. Sometimes it seems as though Heavenly does worship at Dr. Damon's feet, even though she may be in charge and trying to tell him what he can do and what he can't do. I think when Damon speaks up, she respects him enough to just be like, okay, you're probably right. But with Contessa, it's a power push or pull thing, I think, in their household. I think I see Dr. Scott giving in more, in my opinion, only from what they've shown us on TV. I see Dr. Scott giving in more to what Contessa wants than Contessa giving in more to what it is that he wants. That's just my thoughts about that. So, I mean, I see the kind of like power struggle. I can see Contessa being the person wanting to be in charge, and it's going to go like this and it's going to go like that. And whenever Dr. Scott may want to say, hey, I think we should do this, I think we should do that, Contessa throws a fit about it, in my opinion. She tries to say that, as she was talking to their niece, she tried to say that, oh, well, he's not as supportive as he shows himself to be. And I'm like, he got to be some kind of supportive because this is what you wanted. You wanted to go off to school and finish school. He let you go off and finish school while the kids stayed behind with him. You wanted to have this office facility that y'all do things together. This is what he allowed you to do, even though he wanted a boat. He wanted to do something completely different, and that's going to be a struggle because clearly y'all are going in two different directions. So I don't know, after the first year, I don't know if there's like a barter or anything, like, baby, let me get this business, we do this business for a year, stack our money in 2 years, you know, you can get whatever boat you want on the island. I don't really hear any of the bartering or anything in their relationship or the compromise. I'm always hearing about what Contessa wants, and Contessa ended up getting what it is that she wants. In addition, I also find it kind of funny, just a little bit, you know, Contessa has talked about how, oh, you know, the job is so demanding, then I have to come home and I have to be with these kids and this and that. Well, that never stopped you from running off to a whole nother state just to go to school. That never stopped you. So I don't know why you complaining about the job, because you going to school was just as demanding and you still had to be a mom, but you left your kids there to be with your husband. Thank God they had their dad, they were able to be there with, and you were able to come home, you know, on the weekends or however you navigated. But I just don't want to hear that talk. Maybe that's why she's getting this office, so that she's able to manage her time better, so that she can be there for the kids, and they're working together. Because he did say she's going to be there part-time, whereas he's going to be at the office full-time. So maybe that's the reason she's trying to bring this all together, because she wants to be able to be active in her kids' life or something. So maybe that's what it was. But either way, honey, good luck. We see Jackie and Heavenly link up for lunch. Jackie says that she feels as though that she has been cheating, because typically her lunch dates are with Simone, and this time she's having it with Heavenly. Heavenly tries to encourage her to go ahead and make that phone call, go ahead and make that connection with Simone. At first, Jackie was a bit hesitant. She said, you know what, I got you. I won't be doing it for you, I'm gonna do it for me. She FaceTimes Simone on the phone. She talks to her. You could tell Simone was a bit dry. Jackie says, listen, I want to try and have us a time where we can link up as friends. And Simone was kind of like on, and Jackie was like, well, girl, you over here talking to me as though we not friends. And Simone said, well, let me tell you this. I don't want us to link up under false expectations or pretenses. I don't want you to be expecting one outcome when it could be another. I want to be able to make that, I want to be able to communicate that with you so that I don't get your hopes up. And Jackie said, okay, that's fine. Well, we'll take it one step at a time. So I don't know if this means we are going to get to see them link up or not. Once the call in, we can see Heavenly say, why Simone always got to act like she tough? Like, what is that about? Why she got to always act like she tough? I mean, we'll have to see. And I kind of agree with Heavenly a little bit. Like, let your guard down just a little bit so that you guys can have the conversation that is needed to have amongst just the two of you, so that you guys can figure out a way to move forward. So we see Anila and Kiran. They're at their new house, looking at the house. Everything's all grand. You could tell that he just got off work, because before she could really ask him how he doing, she's asking, hey, did you have surgeries today? And he was like, yeah, I had surgeries today. She was like, yay, awesome. He said, yeah, I actually have to work. Like, yeah, I actually have to have a job. Like, yeah. I feel like that was shade to his wife, because she don't really do nothing but spend his money. I really think that he getting tired. I think he's really frustrated. Of course, dealing with the situation of the pandemic and him probably not being able to get as many clients in as he typically would, he's frustrated, because even she mentioned that the budget they had set was like 1.7 million. Now it's at like 3 million for a home. As she's walking throughout the house, she's like, I don't like this, I don't like that, we have to replace this, get that, da 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 da. And he's like, yeah, you acting like your mama. I agree, she was acting like her mom. In addition, I would have just been frustrated as well. Like, you guys rely primarily, you may bring in some change, but primarily you all are relying on me to get this big grand house and all this stuff. So when you're saying, oh, we got to get rid of that, we got to get this, I want that, it's like, girl, you about to drive up the cost, because the money, so basically we wasted money with them putting down whatever they put down, and we have to go back on top of that and have it removed. Now granted, you want to do that at this particular time when you're building your home, because you want what it is that you want, but I understand the frustrating aspect of it, because it's like, girl, honey, all of this is coming out of my pocket. You're not really doing a whole lot of nothing but getting free products online. So what's going on? In addition to that, you barely can watch your own kids. I'm up here having to pay for the nanny. I mean, that's the least you could do is help me save money. You do what you're supposed to do as a mother, and we don't even have to have a nanny around. I could save coins with that, so that we could get the flooring and the things that you may want in this brand new house. So I can kind of see his frustration dealing with all of that, with the whole pandemic situation and being financially relied upon. Although he is the man of the house, it would be nice for your wife to kind of pitch in and help out or do something. But now that she's on this show, maybe that part of her income can also go towards them paying down whatever debt on the home, and you know, just pinching in a bit when it comes to the income. Now we see Eugene and Toya at the house. She got to get him a testosterone shot. Now I will say, y'all could have implied this without showing us a piece of this man's ass. Let's be real honest, okay? Now they did the whole talk about testosterone. I'm not fully familiar how it affects men as they get older. I'm not sure exactly what all that does. When I think of testosterone, I think of him not being able to perform well sexually, but it seems like it's much bigger than that. It may be just how it affects his mood and everything, because he says once he takes it, his moods are just much better. He feels better about himself. Like everything, I guess it's like a B12 shot or whatever, like gives you some energy or something like that. I don't know. But anywho, he enjoys taking the shots, and Toya had to give him the shot, and she over here squirming and acting all crazy. I'm just like, girl, get this man this motherfucking shot. Stop acting like that. As much as this man do for you, the least you can do is just poop. Let's go ahead and move to the next thing, okay? I don't know. Like, Toya was just giving me too much in that scene, but that's just me. Next thing you know, we can see Simone packing up her son Michael, getting ready to drop him off at school and leaving. This was a bittersweet moment. You know, I got a little bit of teary eye, as you all know that my son will be coming out of high school soon, and he's gonna be having to go off to college. He hasn't made his final decision of where he wants to go. Thank God in the state of Georgia there are a ton of great colleges here, so it's not like he has to go super far. I've given him the option to want to do that. He said yeah, he don't think that's something he wants to do, so I'm completely okay with whatever decision he makes. And even if he even if he goes to a college that's up the street, 15 minutes from the house, 30 minutes from the house, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, I think for me it's just the aspect of knowing that my child is getting older, he's becoming a man, and he's going to be a man in society. So, you know, that's your baby. You always want to be able to protect your baby, and it's like, dang, I knew the day was gonna come, but I never wanted to see the day where I had to kind of like ease up off of you. You know what I'm saying? But it like I said, it was a bittersweet moment. It was really good to see. So hopefully Michael goes off and do a great thing with college. And now I want to know what's going to happen with Miles. Is Miles going to, because I think he went to another school. I think he's going to a school in Georgia, not sure. But I would like to know now what's happening with Miles and his career choices and his college path and things like that. Next up, we see Heavenly. Heavenly is with her oldest son, Damon Jr. He decides he wants to be a dentist, which I think is hella cool, especially when you have a parent that already has their own dental practice. So when you need to intern, you really need to learn. He's already getting a head start on how to manage his own business. Heavenly has been in business for some time. Now, Heavenly may be one messy BIT, but that's one thing you can't take from her is her being a good dentist. So she's been managing this dentistry office, owning it, and what better way to learn than from your mother parent? And I think that is so cool. They may go around and have kinds of dentistry or something, you know, a mother-son family dentistry. Like, I just think that is so cool. So I am so here for it. I am here for that. Y'all better go. Okay, but that's all I got for Married to Medicine. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.